You're an angel, angel, angel. Soaring like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible. Don't take impossible. You're brighter than the stars. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another exciting episode of Helping Brothers Out. I am Derek Durrell Dixon, doing it in the 3D way.
And of course, I'm Elwood, Mr. Class English.
Where talking always equals healing.
Because we are helping brothers out.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
How is everyone doing on this, what do we call this, terrific Thursday?
Yeah, terrific Thursday. Terrific turn it on around Thursday.
Turn it around Thursday. I like that. Turn it around Thursday. So whatever you got going on and everything, we about to turn it around. Because I'm telling you, any situation that you are going through, let me tell you something. Put it behind you, turn it around, and let's just move forward. Let's keep on pressing on. I don't know if that's a statement, but we're going to make it one today.
I know that's right.
We are so excited today because we have a very special guest. We have a very special topic that we're going to talk about. Mr. Eric Brisbane.
Brisbane.
I already told you.
I knew the camera got on. He was going to get nervous. He had it. He said 1,200 times.
It's all good.
I was playing it in my head too much.
I knew he was going to do it.
How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Derek. How you feeling today?
I'm doing good. You know what? I told Elwood last week, I'm just so motivated to really start, you know, how you got to watch what you say, because they will say, oh, he think he doing this, think he all that. But, you know, sometimes you got to do things for you.
Yeah.
And start living for you. And absolutely. I think that's where I'm at in my life now. This is the phase of my life right now where I am now doing for me. And that doesn't mean that I'm cutting people out of my life. I don't do that. I don't cut people out of my life. I don't block people. I don't do all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm cleaning up a friendship list. You know, I don't have time for that. I am doing this for me. I'm going into my next phase of my life. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's next for me and what I have to do. So,
yes, indeed.
But today it's all about you. It's all about Eric and what he is doing. So we're going to get into that. Mr. Class, how are you doing? What's going on with you?
I am pretty good. Still blessed and highly favored. Still trying to figure out some things and still trying to make it. That's about it. Trying to make it and figure some things out for myself.
Yes.
Trying to figure it out.
And that's what it's about too. You got to try to figure it out. Try to get it what you got to get done.
Right.
That's what we have to do.
Gotta get it while the getting is good.
You know, I think a lot of people think, again, we've discussed this, you know, we are in a pandemic and they blaming 2020 for everything. 2020 is the year, you guys. 2020 is the year for you to open up your eyes and to see what is out there, what is going on, for you to self-reflect, for you to see yourself. So don't blame stuff on 2020, because let me tell you something. Stop blaming 2020. You got to blame yourself. If you sat around in your house all this time and did not elevate to another level, then
on you.
You got to blame you, because you have plenty of time to think of new ideas, to think of great businesses and things like that. So don't blame 2020. 2020 was the year for you to open up your eyes, and that's all I'm going to say, guys.
Hey, and the crazy part about that is, remember on New Year's, right before our New Year's show, I cracked a joke and I said Barbara Walters is doing the ball drop because we want to hear her say, this is 2020. Yeah. And 2020 is all about vision.
That's right.
But with 2020, this is 2020, seeing a vision. we are seeing things that we ain't never seen before. We are doing things that we ain't never seen before, but it's time to open your eyes. And realize that you are somebody, because God don't make no junk, but sometimes he gotta let you sit in that little bit of junk to make you realize how much stuff is really out there, how good you actually are to yourself and to others, to be a better person and make yesterday better. Well, no, make today better than yesterday. My bad. I had to pause.
Hey.
Yeah.
Right. You know how you...
He gave it a birthday.
You sure did get one. Woo. But listen,
it's crazy, man.
We have Erica. We're just so excited to have you on, sir. And I have been following you, following your career, watching what you have been doing. I was excited. You have walked in my show, Stop the Runway for Autism. And I think when you walked in the room, I was like, oh my gosh, that's supermodel. That's him.
Right. a little something. I'm just a regular guy.
No, Eric, we're going to start speaking things into existence. You are a supermodel. You are out there. You are doing your thing. And I truly respect you, because I'm telling you, a lot of people would love to say, wow, look at what he's doing. So take it, and know that, yes, you got so much more to do, so much more to go. I'm going to be seeing you in magazines. I'm going to be seeing you working overseas and everything. So we're going to speak that you're a regular guy doing big things.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Dave. I definitely appreciate that. Oh, what I appreciate both of you guys. Thank you so much.
And that's one thing, that's why I rock with this guy here, man. Because I think the first show that we did was with Tuesday Jordan. And I think it was, I can't remember where it was, but it was like the ice, and she had like all the ice and all that stuff, like the real good decorations. I know we did that show, but I'm really not sure if that was our first show. But Eric has always been a humble guy.
Yeah.
He never like, you can praise this guy, like, man, I saw you on, oh snap, and he's like, man, I just, I'm just working, man. I'm just a soul here, just trying to get nut, man. This is what I do, man. I'm cool. He's always so humble. It's like sometimes I be wanting to make him mad just to see how he act when he get mad.
I don't get mad. I'm just, I'm just blessed. Blessed, highly favored.
I know that's right.
A good spirit to have, bro.
Before we get into it, we just got to take care of a couple of business, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you are going to Be Inspired Global Network. Be Inspired Global is on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Click it, like it, love it, share it. Do all those things, and make sure that you are following Be Inspired Global. Also, go to Helping Brothers Out. Helping Brothers Out. You're going to see that guy right down there below me, and then the guy down below him. For our special guest, go on Helping Brothers Out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on Twitter. Click it, like it, love it, share it, do all those things, and make sure that everybody right now is watching this show. So do me a favor, take your time. We're going to give you a couple minutes, 30 seconds. I want you to hit the share button right now. Share this out right now, and make sure that everybody is watching Helping Brothers Out. We have some important information to give you today. We are going to be talking to Eric about colon cancer. He is a colon cancer survivor, and how he is working also as a model with Proof Modeling. So we are so excited to have you here, sir, because this is a topic that we need to speak about. We need to speak about it to men.
Yes.
This is one thing that men are so afraid to talk about, doing the prostate screenings and things like that. So we want to go through, because it was diagnosed with colon cancer at such a young age. So it's not about age. And we can see right here, it's not about age. And so we need to really, and I want, if you have questions for Eric, please make sure you are putting it in the comments, and we will make sure that Eric has those comments. We want to thank a couple of those that are tuning in right now. Mr. James Sims, he is on with us. Ernest Bolden, we have the one and only Mr. Ronald Bird. Ronald Bird is in the house. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to helping brothers out. Tell all your friends right now. Again, we got Daryl Ware in the house. Thank you for tuning in to helping brothers out. And I like to see that the men are tuning in today because this is very important. We're going to share this. Ernest Bolden said 3D and Mr. Class both better be turned up straight out of the gate. Love it.
Ain't no other way to be, brother. Ain't no other way to be.
I know. And I just drank iced tea today. That's all I had today.
Right. He had iced tea and I had detox tea. Peach flavor.
So see? So Mr. Eric, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your journey with colon cancer. You know, when did it first start? When did you know? How did you know or feel like something was wrong that you had to go be tested?
Okay. Everything started off basically 2016 because it started off with Crohn's disease. See, I have Crohn's disease and you know, it's a disease of the digestive system. So what happened in 2016, I guess I relapsed with my Crohn's disease. So by relapsing, it was like, okay, you know, I knew that I could only eat certain type of foods. So unfortunately, you know, I can't eat a lot of red meat. I can't eat pork. Yeah, like foods that's like that creates flame, inflammation.
Okay.
So when it was I believe January 2017 came. So when January 2017 came, I had gotten screened because the inflammation had finally subsided. So when the inflammation finally subsided, I got screened, got a colonoscopy done. They went in there, you know, checked me up, and then you know they found some pockets of at the time they was like, okay, oh, could you repeat that?
The polyps.
Yes. They found pockets of it. So, you know, and they told me pretty much it's like we can't tell what it is. We don't know if it's cancer cells or anything like that, you know, or it's still some inflammation that's going on in the colon. But you know, we'll you know pretty much we're going you know we'll let you know in a couple of weeks. So we this is 2017 here. So I'm thinking to myself like a couple of weeks, let me know. Okay, you know, at the time I'm 26, so I'm just looking at it like okay, all right, hopefully, you know, it's nothing serious, you know. So the inflammation subsided. After it did, February 2nd came, and I was told that I had stage 2 colon cancer, non-lymph node. I'm like,
wow.
huh? Okay. So you know, when you get hit with news like that, it's like, damn. Okay. So I pretty much was like tell the doctors, okay, what are we gonna do next? You know, pretty much it's like, okay, damn, you know, well, I already got Crohn's disease, you know. You guys told me that's for life, so it's like one of them things where I have to move a certain way. So it's like, okay, but then you telling me about cancer, damn, the colon is that messed up? Okay, all right, so you know, what are we gonna do? So at this time, I lost a lot of weight. Oh man, I probably, you know, listen, what you see now, it wasn't what it was. I'm trying to tell you, it really wasn't. Don't when I say don't believe the hype, it really wasn't what it was. But so I lost a lot of weight. I probably went down probably like to 170 pounds. Pretty
107?
small. 170 pounds. 170 pounds.
170.
Yeah, but
Okay.
between 165 and 170. It's like because what happens with the inflammation that it sucks the it's like it does something to the body. It's like it just sucks like the nutrients out of you, and then it just makes you smaller. And then now you add the cancer to it. It's just like, well, okay, what we're gonna do? So you know, so pretty much it started off with like aggressive chemo. And I'm just like, okay, damn, chemo. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I heard about chemo before. You know, so am I gonna lose my hair? So you know, I don't
That's
know.
usually the first thing people think.
Yeah, but so they say no. What they told me was, um, cancer affects everybody differently, and then radiation, it just that's just how it is. You may lose your hair or you may not. you know. But I'm like, okay, so what can I do to fight with the radiation? So pretty much they told me, you know, if you start working out, it's gonna by working out, it's gonna help with the negative side effects of the cancer, and
Oh
you know,
wow.
it's pretty much to get the body uh regulated while going through chemo. And I'm just like, okay, you know, that's fine. You know, now people ask to me like, were you sad? Were you depressed? You know, did you feel like your life was ending? You know, I've been through adversity before, obviously with Crohn's disease. So I'm looking at it like, you know, what's for me is for me. It is what it is.
Hmm.
Nothing I can do. All I can do is listen to the great doctors that Tyler recommended. You know,
Okay.
shout out to them. And that's all I can do because at this point in time, I'm in their hands. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Hmm.
So
Eric,
yep.
how did you how did you get to that mindset? How did you, like you just said, what's is for me is for me? How did you get to that mindset that, okay, I have stage 2 and I'm going to start going through this chemo and things like that? What helped you bring you to that space?
See, the thing about it is like, you know, having a strong faith in, you know, Jesus Christ, it's a, you know, it's my inspiration. You know, that's first
Hmm.
and foremost my inspiration. And then what happens is you got to surround yourself around positive people. Because I'm
Yes.
naturally a positive person myself, but you got to surround yourself about around positive people because when you know negative energy, like people don't realize it really can affect you. Like
That's right.
it can drain you, and the more negative energy that's around you, what it wind up doing, it actually gets you sicker, which is crazy. You
Yeah.
thinking to yourself, it's just people words and stuff like, oh, that doesn't matter. No, no, seriously, it really can affect you. And another thing is that if I start thinking that this cancer is gonna beat me, it will beat me. But I
Yes.
went into it like, you know what? I already beat it. It's already gone. It's
Mm.
obviously this is the beginning stage. You know, yeah, I mean, you know, it's a long way to go. But
Right.
I went into it like, you know, at the end of the day, hey, I already beat it.
Amen.
So
Amen.
that's what I did. That's literally what I did. And I honestly, my support staff. I mean, my support was beautiful. You know, my mom was there. You know, when I first told her the news, she's just like, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh shucks, oh shucks. See, there I go. You
Right.
know, my dad looked at me and said like, well, son, you just got, you know, fathers, man. It's like
Yeah.
Right.
he want to hug
Right.
me, but he
Dude, the
don't know
tough
what he wants
love.
to do. He's like, yeah, son, you know, you just got, you know, but yeah, I had a good, positive people around me, and we went through the journey. It was tough. I mean, that first couple of months, it was hard. You know, stomach
So
hurting.
how hard was it for you? I noticed you said that you had to change your eating regimens as
Yeah,
far
yeah.
as
Oh
like
yeah, big time, big
pork
time.
and everything. Like how hard was that? Was it still like, all right, I'm gonna just cut down a little bit. I'm not gonna eat as much, or were
See,
you able to just cut it off right away and or just went into did you go into maybe a state of depression like, look, I don't feel like eating nothing. No, I'm not hungry. I don't want this. I'm a nibble on this or do that. Like how did you get yourself like out of that rut, and how did you actually, did you do research and try to change your mindset of thinking of I need to change my eating habits or anything like that, or like how did you get to that?
so what I wound up doing was, first I started researching. You know, I'm one of those people that it's like, you know, shit, you gonna tell me I got something? I gotta figure out like, okay, what can I do to, you know, to go through with it? And so I'm like, okay, let me change the way I was eating. I'm just like, okay, cut out the red meat. That's fine. Cut out the red meat. You know, I still gotta get my chicken every now and then. You know, chicken, seafood. You know, okay, cut off the pork. Okay, because I found out that these foods digest in the stomach very slowly. So
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay, they break down very slow. So it's like, okay, you know, cut it down. Cut down my liquor intake. You know, yeah, you gotta
Oh,
matter of fact,
liquor has to, oh my lord,
yeah,
liquor
you
has
got, yeah, yeah. Leave the liquor alone. Leave. Listen, I'm not telling people what they can and cannot do. However, for me at that time, zero. I went to zero.
Wow.
I went from, you know, drinking every now and then to zero. Cut it out. And
What about
even
the
now, it's
little
like,
what about the little
go ahead.
Debbie's and what about the little Debbie's and Twinkies
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
good stuff?
When it came to the snacks and stuff like that, I cut the snacks out. My
Uh-huh.
snacks literally was like like oats and grains, and it's just having my fiber. Like literally, my diet changed. I literally had a paper of what you can eat and what you cannot eat, and it's literally I stuck to it. And then I started reading up on like Dr. Sippy, trying to get your body into an alkaline state. And I'm like, okay, let's see if this stuff works, and we can do what we can with that. And also it's like I started looking into fitness, and like how to like get my body coordinated with fitness, if that's gonna help with the side effects. So I started like really like getting into the like eating a lot of greens, and like really meal planning really changed my diet. Like it was the first time in my life I had gotten serious about working out. I worked out every now and then, but like I got locked in. And then man, the body started changing while I'm going through cancer, which people looking at me
like you
ain't going
stronger.
right.
What's going
you ain't
on?
going through nothing.
What the hell you on? Like, hold on, you still got this cancer? I'm like, yeah. You still going to chemo? I'm like, yeah. You still taking these meds? Yeah. Yeah, how the hell you looking like this? And I'm like, I'm just locked in.
Right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in, you are tuning into Helping Brothers Out. We have Eric on board with us today. We are talking about colon cancer, and that he is a colon cancer survivor. And the things that we just giving you some information, basically what he went through and what we need to do as men, as Black men, as men in general, to stay healthy, to go get your prostate cancer, prostate exams, and all of that. I'm going to read a little bit. It says how many people have colon cancer. It's estimated that in 2019, more than 145,000 new cases will be diagnosed, and more than 50,000 people will die from this form of cancer. The lifetime chance developing the colon cancer is 1 in 22 for men and 1 in 24 for women. So that's some big numbers. But I want to say this: congratulations, because I believe that you are beating those odds. So we're not even putting you in those numbers, because we know that yes, you are a survivor and that you are an overcomer. If anyone saw the video advertisement that I put on social media, and I used it. I didn't use the traditional Beyonce Survivor song, but I used the song Survivor because I wanted people to know that this is that, like you just said, you have to put yourself around positive people. You have to have a positive mindset. You can't be around people, woe is me, you're going to be all right, you okay? This is our life. And we have to be around people that are going to encourage us and lifting us up. And I believe that's what we do about what Helping Brothers Out is about. Educate each other, to also empower and lift each other up. It is important. It is important, especially in the times that we are in right now. So let me ask you something. With the pandemic and everything, and we went through the quarantine, how did that affect your body, and how did it affect the way that you were able to do things around people?
Okay, so because I was told that dealing with the Crohn's disease, I was told like I'm one of the people that are highly likely of getting COVID. So when you're told that, you're like, damn man, another thing.
Right.
It's like, I mean, damn.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like, what? How am I susceptible to getting COVID? So you hear the news, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna stay away from people.
Right.
So what I want to know, because people are like, oh, you're not on social media. Are you okay?
He stayed away from everything.
Right. Don't touch the computer. Don't touch the keyboard. Just lay in the bed.
Away. Even my agent, Mr. Ronald Bird, he was looking at me like, hey, Eric, you okay? I was like, Ronald, I'm all right. I'm just being low key right now. And I literally just stay low key, stayed in my zone, had my ears to what was going on, but we're going through a pandemic that is the unknown. We don't know what's going on.
Right.
We just, hey, they tell us this, okay, I guess we'll put a mask on. All right, put a mask on. Yeah, but I was really staying away from people because I know, like, I didn't want COVID. I didn't want a situation where I could get sick. And,
right.
I've been through that feeling. I don't want to be.
Wow.
So, and I just stayed away from people.
That's
work from home. Work from home.
Just staying away, like it's hard to stay away from people that give you that positive energy.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely one of those people that try to surround myself with positive people. But I want to first and foremost congratulate you, just because of you changing your diet and you changing your mindset and you getting out of that. Because everybody knows me. Lord, I love me some bacon. I love me some bacon. I can give up snacks. I can give up everything. But bacon? Bacon?
Yeah, bacon's tough.
I can't give it up. I'm telling you, they could tell me I got the sugars or anything and I can't have bacon. You better have that needle ready because if I smell it, I'm going to eat it. I cannot give up bacon. I can give up everything else, pork, everything. But bacon?
Ooh, yeah.
I can't do it.
But see, I can relate to you, Eric, because I'm allergic to like everything. I can't I can't eat cheese. I don't eat chocolate. I can't have ice cream. I can't do so I have to read every ingredient before I cook with it. I had made me some guacamole the other day and I got the guacamole mix. I was so excited. And someone said, read the back of the ingredients. And it had sour cream, all this stuff in it. I had to throw the whole bowl away.
Yeah, throw it all away.
Mad. But I got back in my car and went and got me some more avocados. I'm like, Bella's not going to eat me today. I'm going to eat my avocado today. I'm going to have this guacamole. But I get it. I understand that, when you have to make changes, you have to make changes. And
you have to make changes, absolutely.
It's very important that we do that. And that's in life, not just eating, but sometimes we have to make changes. And that's a good lesson to learn. Sometimes that's what we have to do in order for us to live a good life. In order for us to be happy. And like you said, our George Jackson, he is watching this right now. How you doing, Mr. Jackson? We were talking yesterday about that, about how we have to speak positive things into our lives because everyone's not going to do it for you.
At all.
They're not going to do it. So if you speak some positive things into your life and surround yourself with those positive people, then again, you have put yourself on such a different level. And so when people come around you that want to speak those negative things, to me, it doesn't mean a thing. So change is good. I'm just seeing James Sims just said that change is good, but it is. Change is so good. It's not something that is wrong to do. Change is good. So I want to read just a couple of the symptoms of colon cancer. And again, we are not doctors. We're not trying to diagnose anybody. But if you are having certain symptoms and you're feeling a certain way, please go to your doctor, get checked out, and make sure that you're not taking what we had to say and everything that you felt bad about. We said take some Robitussin because back in the day, Robitussin cured everything.
Robitussin was the go-to for everything.
Right. or lay down.
Lay down.
Take that Robitussin and go lay down somewhere.
Lay down. Go to sleep.
Right. You'll be okay. My head hurt. Go lay down.
Right.
I broke my leg and my neck. Go lay down.
Go lay down.
But a couple of the symptoms: rectal bleeding or blood in your stool. If you have abdomen discomfort, such as cramps, gas, or pain, a feeling that bile doesn't empty completely, weakness or fatigue, unexplained weight loss, things like that. You guys know your body. Your body and understand that something is changing. Something is not right. And don't be afraid to say something is wrong with your body. You know, we are not immune. We are not Superman. It's okay. If something is wrong, get it checked out. Get it checked out. Tell everyone what and then we're going to talk about proof model. Tell everyone about the process of doing the colonoscopy.
Oh, first and foremost,
I had to do it last year.
It is one of the worst things you can humanly do.
Yes.
In reference to preparation.
No, that's what I was going to say. The night before is the worst thing.
I don't know if they still do it now, but mind you, I did a colonoscopy twice. The very first time I did it, I had a drink. It's like a gallon. It looked like milk magnesia.
Yes.
No taste. Completely disgusting. I had to drink that. The worst feeling ever. I mean, I don't know how to put it into words to describe something that's just violating, like terrible, disgusting. You had to drink it all, and then of course you can't eat anything for 24 hours, nothing, zero, because the whole process to make sure that your colon is completely clean and empty. That's why they make you do it. But this was funny though. The second time I got a colonoscopy, it was pretty much they gave me Gatorade and the same Mucinex type of liquid, but it was easier because I mixed it with the Gatorade. I mean, they should have done this the first time. Right. I got the colonoscopy. I mean, you know, the Gatorade.
Yeah, I got the Gatorade. I got the Gatorade.
You got the Gatorade.
Yes.
I wasn't using it for Gatorade the first time. I mean, it was terrible.
Right.
Yeah, you the original.
Yeah, I was like, oh goodness. But with the Gatorade, it made it easier. But then after they do that, so after you pretty much get that done, and then for 24 hours, pretty much before the procedure, so you got to make sure that everything's finished. And and colonoscopy is not so bad because they put you to sleep, so you pretty much don't know what's going on.
Right.
So they put you to sleep. They do their thing. You wake up, it's finished. Oh, okay. And then you get your results later. So that's pretty much how it goes. But the liquid drink,
yeah,
I feel it now. It's awful.
Yeah.
I don't. It has to be done, obviously, but I don't. That's not something you raise your hand and volunteer for and say, okay, I'm ready to go get it done. No. It's disgusting.
Right.
And hearing you say that, out of all of that, what you just said, only thing that scared me was not being able to eat for 24 hours. Because I'm a snacker. I'm a snacker. And if somebody bring bacon before my colonoscopy, we're going to die. It's not going to happen.
They have nothing. There's certain fruits you can't eat, certain vegetables.
Zero.
You can't eat nothing. So
nothing.
You better schedule your thing where if you're going to do it early in the morning, so that way 7 o'clock I'm done eating, or you got to do it like that, because otherwise you can't sit around all day. Where it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I still can't eat. No, you put that thing done. Yeah,
I'm gonna just take sleeping pills and just knock me out for the whole 24 hours. Just put me to sleep because I'm in that.
But I encourage you have to get your colonoscopy, your prostate checked. It's invasive, but I'm telling you, man, it's something that you have to do. You have to go do it because it's very important. If you don't, you're putting your life in jeopardy. Because of the taboo things of what you think it is. It's saving your life. So I would make sure that you do go get your colonoscopy, go get your prostate checked, and then you have to follow up. Now that you found out that you were stage 2, what is the follow up?
Okay, so when I got diagnosed with the stage 2, pretty much it was broken down to we're gonna go through aggressive chemo. By going through aggressive chemo, you know, the whole purpose of the chemo is to shrink it as much as possible. Because if you can shrink it and then it can be eradicated, then you're pretty much good as it's supposed to be. You know, you pretty much will be good. For me, it's like the chemo wasn't working early on as it should have been. So that kind of had me discouraged because it's like, you know, the chemo's not working. So it's like, it's not working. So what are we gonna do? So then they was telling me that if the chemo doesn't work, and then maybe, you know, I might need to and then let's say if the cancer, because the thing about it is the cancer wasn't getting worse, but the cancer wasn't getting better. So I was in like a stuck situation because, you know, it was stagnant, and they was telling me about uh possibly wearing a colostomy bag I was like, what do you mean? And it was like, yeah, look, cutting off part of my colon to connect it to. Oh, whoa. I don't want part of my colon cut out where I got to wear a bag. I was like, oh Lord, this is not something that I want, you know. But it wasn't, the chemo wasn't working, so they was like, okay, you know, let's try to do some aggressive or more aggressive chemo. But they told me that this more aggressive chemo, you know, it will make me a lot weaker. And mind you, I'm still working out. I'm feeling stronger. You know, my body's changing, but this chemo is fighting me down. So these guys, you're battling chemo, but then you're working out, and the body's looking better. But then also the body's getting sicker at the same time. So there's a bunch of different things going on in my body. Right. But if by looking at me from the outside, you wouldn't have known. You just looking at me like, oh damn, man, your body looking great.
Right. Turn your camera off real quick.
You said turn it off?
Yes.
Yeah, so they can see your picture.
Oh, okay.
That's a cancer survivor, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome.
Right. Yeah. All right, go ahead, bring it back, brother.
Okay.
Right.
So going through that, so the doctors had told me, they was like, okay, we're gonna do another round of chemo. This at this time we're in 2018 now, because I got diagnosed in 2017, February 2nd. So now we're in 2018, and this is about around April. So they told me, they was like, okay, we're gonna do another round of chemo. We're gonna make it aggressive. Hopefully it shrinks, and then we'll be able to, if it shrinks, we'll be able to go in there and with surgery remove it. So by the grace of God, it shrunk. So the cancer, it shrunk enough where they could go in there and remove it. And then he went in there and they removed it. And then May 9th, 2018, you know, I was told that, you know, I'm cancer free.
Wow.
Amen.
I know that's right, Eric. Yeah. I know that's right. Yeah. Great God. I feel like running around right now.
Right.
I mean, that feeling when you get it, it's like, man, that's one of the most blessing moments of my life. To this day, having the doctor tell me like, hey, you know, you're cancer free. It's like damn.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, because I was not trying to wear a colostomy bag.
Right.
You know, like, because cutting part of the colon and then attaching it to the, I didn't want that.
Right.
I didn't want that at all. Ooh.
Let me tell you something. This is very encouraging, and I want people to hear you. And I'm so glad that we did this story today, because the people that are going through this, whatever type of cancer that you're going through, listen, you, again, surround yourself with positive people. Make sure that you know, that your faith, whatever your faith is, we encourage you to make sure that you believe in whatever power you believe in. Pray about it, talk about it, research. Change is okay. Change is all right. But speak your healing into existence. You have to speak it. And therefore, here it is, proof right here. And we're going to talk about that, because now you are proof model.
Proof. with Brother Rock.
That was a good segue right there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you being a proof model, because we just saw the latest model shoot that you just did. Swim by the swim pool in your swimsuit, everything. Eric, let me tell you something. I've been lost. I actually am now at 193 pounds. I was at 210.
Oh wow.
Pounds. So I have been doing, eating right. I was not going to go through this pandemic and come out looking like a pandemic. I wasn't going to do it. So I was making sure what I was eating and taking care of myself. So when did you know that Eric wanted to be a model? Who encouraged you and some of your people that you look up to in the modeling field? Now you don't have to say me. You don't have to say me.
Modeling, honestly, it was one of those things that just found me. Obviously I'm going through colon cancer, and the body, like I said, the body started to change. And then confidence started to arise while I'm going through this battle. My body's changing because it's transforming from me being smaller to now I'm gaining size, and people that knew me from years ago are starting to look at me in 2018 like, the hell you on? Shit, man, you looking crazy. And it's like, and then but modeling was one of those things where it's like it found me, because I started posting pictures, doing my thing and stuff like that. But a lot of my pictures I'm posting obviously are all non-professional photos, from the good old camera phone from the Apple, good old iPhone. I had to plug iPhone in there a little bit. And then what happened was kind of funny, because it was one day one of my good friends at the time when he was with Proof Modeling, and his name was Steven, and I had made a comment on his page, and I was just like, man, that's a good photo, man. You out here killing it, because I've known Steven since we was kids, so I'm just like, man, you modeling, doing your thing, and I'm just like, okay. And then when I had commented, Ronald had commented too. And then I was just like, hey, you're doing a great thing with your other models and stuff. Like, mind you, I ain't model, I ain't nothing. I mean, I'm talking about nothing, zero.
Right.
But Ronald pretty much reached out to me, and he saw something. Because he saw something I sure didn't see it. He saw something. He was like, young man, you got a lot of potential. And I was just like, who, me? He was like, yeah, you could be a model. I was like, how do you model? I'm not no model. Model. It doesn't make. I don't know. He was like, have you done anything? I'm like, I don't even take professional photos. So how would I even know? Right. I mean, I knew nothing. Wow. I mean, Ronald found me I literally haven't done nothing. Ronald found me, introduced me to Proof, asked me if I was interested, and I was like, yeah, I could give it a try. Hey, I just beat colon cancer. So, hey, if I beat that, I think I could conquer anything.
Right.
And he pretty much got me into Proof and took me under his wing. I still remember the day where we did our very first photo shoot. I'm raw. He know nothing. He telling me pose left, pose right. I'm like, okay, look into the camera. Put your head down. Look left, look right. All types of stuff. And it's like, I'm saying to myself, I felt uncomfortable. He seen me feeling. He seen the shyness in me. I'm so shy now. He's seen the shyness. And then it's like we did our very first runway walk. And he was like, okay, we're gonna practice runway. Listen, I know people see me doing runway now, and they think that I've been doing this thing all day. I knew that.
Right.
And Ronald seen that in me. He was just like, he saw it. He felt like he saw the potential. And it's funny because our very first runway walk, I walked. He was just like, drop your shoulders, young man. You can't be walking like you're walking to the wrestling ring like you're some bruiser. Right. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then the rest. man, it just 2018, and then now it just blossomed because but everything is all thanks to Ronald. Like I give him my my everything. I knew nothing. He brought me in and turned me into who you see now. It was him.
If y'all don't know Ronald Bird, and if you are interested in getting into modeling, Ronald Bird, he is going to actually be one of our guests in September. So you'll get a chance to meet Ronald and see how he built and started Proof Modeling. So we'll give you that opportunity. But look up Ronald Bird. He's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, but we will give you more information because he is going to be a guest on helping brothers out, and we're going to discuss how he got started, also started Proof Modeling, because I'm telling you, Ronald will be finding some models.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he has an eye for models. They be walking past him, and the next thing, I see them on I see them on
Good Morning
Facebook,
America,
and they're like,
right.
He got another one.
Yeah. Shout out to Ron. I just seen he had a photo shoot with a guy today, and it was one of his first photo shoots. And I looked, I said, man, this is good. But I had the pleasure of it. Crazy part was I think it was the third time that I worked with Brother Ronald. We did taking over DC. And that photo just keeps popping back up. And it actually just popped back up on my timeline today. And it was crazy. And that photo shoot, every time people see it, that photo shoot speaks volumes. And it's like the way that he coordinated it, the way that he got the fellas together, and the people that he picks. When I tell you that this brother, he surrounds himself, like we were talking about earlier, surrounding yourself with positive energy. Every time I came into the room, even though I was never proof, those brothers, everybody welcomed me with welcome and open arms. We always exchange ideas like every day. And I'm still close to a lot of them brothers because the male modeling is a small circle. So we all going
small community.
We could be in Indonesia somewhere. Hey, brother, what you doing up here?
Right, man, I tell you. But that's
man,
so true.
It's such a blessing just to be able to say that I have been able to work with Brother Ron. And then we did the first all male fashion show, and man, that man, the women, they still going crazy. So I know with this pandemic, a lot of things slowed down. But I also want to secondly congratulate you again, because with the pandemic, I think you guys were supposed to have an award ceremony, and it was for a lot of his proof models and everything. I did get to tune into the live, and he gave out the awards, and you got one of the awards just for being the good person that you are. Because when Ronald, when he went out and he went on his hiatus, when he was thinking, and he had just lost his brother, God rest his soul, and he was really going through a fighting and tough time. But one thing that he spoke about you, he said, man, this brother never left my side. Anything that I needed, anytime I was feeling down and I didn't think that I could keep pushing on, you was right there on the phone and calling him and pushing him through. And those are the type of people that you need in your corner. So Brother Ronald, I salute you too, brother. I know you're on here. And Brother Eric, man, y'all are continuously doing y'all thing. And like I said, every time I think I'm doing something, I look on the internet and y'all doing 10 more things that I thought that I was doing right. And I said, got to get back to the drawing board, man. I got to get back in the weight room. And because you just keep getting stronger. Like you are 10 times bigger than when we first met, Paul. Because I was like, man, I saw that. I said, this brother just get good. I'll be in the weight room like, I gained 3 pounds. I'm strong. And then I look and see your picture and be like, man, I don't even want to take no pictures no more. I don't even
a little something.
But it's a blessing, though, man. It's just a blessing just to see my brothers and all my good people just winning, man. And shout out to Photo Chase. I saw that was the photo that we were talking about with Photo Chase. Yeah. The poolside. Man, all the brothers are proof. I think I done worked with pretty much every last one of them. Like I know I have worked with pretty much every last one of them. And Proof Modeling Agency is really a really great agency and a really good way to start or a really good way to end your business.
Ronald's amazing. Ronald's amazing. Yeah. Ronald has taught a lot of us great guys.
So let me tell you, where do you want to take we got about 5 more minutes, so tell me, where do you want to take your modeling career?
So modeling, pretty much, I talk to Ronald all the time, and he pretty much sees the potential. He knows that I'm Paris, I could be in Milan, New York Fashion Week. I've murdered it already. I did a great job in New York Fashion Week.
Yes.
LA Fashion Week. Man, I'm supposed to do Miami Swim Week.
Let me tell you something real quick, Eric, that I like about you. And I think every model needs to learn this. You're very versatile. You could put on anything and sell it and work it. I have seen you full face makeup. I have seen you with them tracks in your hair and down your back. I have seen you in long and little bitty bikinis. I've seen you in full suits. I want to tell you, now that is a model, because you're not afraid. It's not about, I'm not going to be masculine anymore, or they're going to think something of me. You are a true model, and I appreciate that, because the fact that, you are going to go places because of who you are, and because of you know who you are. And I think that's very important.
That, Derek.
We have a lot of models out there, especially our male models. They are so afraid because they don't know who they are. Yeah. And that's one thing about you. You know who you are. And anything you put on, I'm telling you, you kill it.
You kill it.
I'm just like,
I appreciate it.
Another one. Another one. So, yes, I'm excited to get back out there and to work with you and to do different things. We got a T-shirt line out for Helping Brothers Out now, and we need to do a model call so we can do a photo shoot to endorse our T-shirts. And I would love to have you help us and be one of the models to do that.
I have no problem with it. Once I let Ronald know, everything's gonna flow exactly how it is. So I have no problem with it.
I got Ronald. Don't you worry, I got you.
I don't want no smoke.
I know that's right.
That's it.
Because Ronald, he'll tell you in a minute.
He sure will.
Ronald is one of them people. You can come to him so excited. Oh man, these people called me. They did such and such. And Ronald say, "Who is it?"
Right.
No, we're not going to do that. Mm-hmm. That's not a part of our brand. That's not what we're going to do.
Right. I know that's right.
I have something else lined up for you, and we're going to work with that. You can type them back, or I can tell them myself.
Right.
He does it so nicely. He does it so nicely.
Yes. So Eric, what else is in the plans for Eric? What is your goals? What's next for Eric?
So next for me is pretty much, keep being the best model I could be for myself. Keep maintaining my health. Keep definitely keep maintaining my health, my state. Definitely when COVID, when we get through this COVID time, because it too shall pass. Mm-hmm. And definitely when I get back on the road, I got some stuff for people. I'm gonna go back to killing it.
Right.
Being on top of my game in the DMV and beyond, and just keep pushing through. That's the game plan. Keep trying to be the best version of myself, and wanting everybody around me to be great in their own right. That's the game plan.
Wow. Elwood, James Sims said your Ronald impersonation was on point.
Right. I'm telling you, because that's Ronald. He'll tell you. He will tell you just like that. Because he'll do just like that. No, look.
Right.
That's what he do. When he's serious, you better
ladies and gentlemen, listen.
Yeah.
We just ran out of time. Eric, I just want to thank you so much for coming on, being open, and talking about your journey with colon cancer. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Cancer-free. And we will continually uplift you in prayer and make sure that we stay in contact with you. Like I said, I'm always watching your journey. I'm so proud to know who you are and what you are doing. So congratulations to you, sir. And we just look forward to just going on, just seeing what you're doing. That's you. We just excited.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep bringing the heat. You know, that's
I know that's right.
You know,
right.
I'm gonna keep bringing it. I'm gonna keep bringing it.
Good.
So how can they reach you? How can they be able to follow you on social media?
All right, on social media. On social media, for Instagram is King KING _BRIS _. And on Facebook is Eric Adonis Brisbane BRISBANE. And I'm gonna pop up and you'll see me. You know, regular guy. You'll see me. Pretty much.
If you can't spell and you're on your phone, screenshot this because his name is at the bottom, as well as you can go right back on to Helping Brothers Out or Be Inspired Global and check out all of our old guests and our new guests, as well as our upcoming guests coming up in September, October, November, December. We got it all. Just make sure you tune in, click it, like it, love it, share it. Make sure you go to helpingbrothersOut.org where you can get your t-shirts.
That's right.
That's our commercial break.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Eric, once again. Again, ladies and gentlemen,
thank you, fellas. I appreciate you guys.
We're going to be here next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. right here on Be Inspired Global. So make sure that you watch us. This is Derek Darrell Dixon, and I'm doing it in the 3D way.
And of course, I'm Elwood, Mr. Class English.
We're talking always equals healing.
Because we are helping brothers out.
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week, Thursday, 6:30, right here, Be Inspired Global. Peace.